The Hub on Hollywood. I'm James.
I'm Jamie.
And we love movies.
Once again, we have a number of really cool things to talk about, and I'm super excited to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off with you.
So if you're a big fan of The Good Place, which is in its now final season, one of the main cast members, Jameela Jamil, she actually stopped by Boston, by the State House to promote some really important legislation.
And you got to hang out with her.
A little bit, no big deal. But we'll get to that. And we have more.
And then we've got a brand new Star Wars TV spot. It's the very first one of these smaller, just for television, with extra footage, little 30-second TV spots. So very, very exciting because we've got a lot of new footage to digest.
It's like they keep trying to tease us and hype us for this movie.
It's almost like they want us to go see it or something, James.
Crazy stuff.
And then I saw Jojo Rabbit, so I've got a non-spoiler review for that.
Perfect, because this whole week I've been trying to watch Jojo Rabbit, but one thing comes up or another thing comes up.
So sorry.
I will really try it this weekend, but
okay.
I'm waiting for that non-spoiler review because not a lot of people have still seen it. So
right, because for a while it was only available in certain theaters, but now I think it has a more wider release.
Yeah,
we will talk about that. But first, you and your new best friend Jameela.
Yeah. So again, she came to the State House this week, and she's supporting two pieces of legislation that were written by a Democratic State Representative Kay Khan, and they tackle issues when it comes to body image issues. And Jameela, she's a founder of this new program, this new wave, this new movement, whatever you want to call it, called I Weigh. And it's a way for girls and boys, especially, teens and kids, it helps them appreciate their own bodies and, build that self-confidence. Jameela, she has gone through her own struggle, decades of struggle when it comes to, her own self-body images. And these two pieces of legislation, one tackles, these companies that when they make these ads, there's so much Photoshop and so much editing that these bodies that, all these young impressionable kids, and especially girls too, they look at it and they think this is how I should look. But,
but it is achieved with computers.
Yeah.
It is not achievable in reality. Right. And the second piece of legislation had to do with something that affects more boys, you might argue.
Yeah.
Is the ability of underage children to buy supplements.
Yeah, both dietary and muscle building supplements. And that's one of the things that you always think about girls, and that is true. The majority of everything that target minors are directed towards young girls, but boys, they're also susceptible. And so it was great to see Jameela Jamil come to the State House and use her microphone, her podium, herself to promote these two pieces of legislation. And here's a little bit of what it looked like.
Yeah,
I will never ever get my health back, and I will spend the rest of my life and career making sure no one else ends up like me.
Jameela Jamil is an actress most known for The Good Place and advocate for being self-confident in your own skin. She came to the State House to support two pieces of legislation. They tackle diet and muscle-building supplements that teens can easily buy, as well as the issue of Photoshop pictures on ads, creating a false sense of who we should be.
I am an activist and the founder of the I Weigh movement. And I'm standing here today because I can't believe that the same things that took 20 years of my life are still readily available to young people who are the same age I was when I fell into the poisonous trap of beauty ideals for women. It's actually worse now. When I was a teenager, I had to actively go and search for the products and rhetoric and magazines that would tell me that my worth was entirely defined solely by my exterior. But now, because of the power of social media, it finds you. It hunts you down via algorithms that prey on us based on our age and our gender. There is no question that this especially impacts women. Women make up 80% of consumers, and so we are by far the most targeted and emotionally attacked. I took all of the diet and detox products. I did all of the fad diets and starved myself almost to death for years. And I stand here before you having survived 2 decades of body dysmorphia, anorexia, kidney problems, liver problems, digestive issues, fragile bones, damaged fertility, and a weak heart for someone so young. I will never, ever get my health back, and I will spend the rest of my life and career making sure no one else ends up like me.
Democratic State Representative Kay Kahn introduced the two bills, H. 1942 and 3892.
So the two bills, one is to ban dietary supplements and muscle-building products for youth under the age of 18. So we would like to find a way to get all of these supplements behind the counter, so you'd have to show an ID in order to get them. Very difficult. It's a $38 billion business, so it's not going to be easy, but I think getting more education out there that will alert families and parents that they really should take a look at what their children are grabbing and looking for. So I just hope this will help along. It's not going to solve all the problems. I hope it'll help along the way.
We have got to stop poisoning people. We have to stop manipulating images to make them think they need to buy the poison. Eating disorders, depression, anxiety, and cosmetic surgery in teens are at an all-time high.
At the State House, James Rojas, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so those pieces of legislation, they've been introduced. They're going to be making the rounds, and it may take a while for them to pass. But I think with the help of Jameela Jamil, the attention will be brought out. And I'm not saying that I'm not promoting these pieces of legislation themselves, but the fact that she's tackling these two big, heavy issues, is something we should all be talking about.
I think it's really cool to see these Hollywood actors and actresses coming to Boston, to Massachusetts, to tackle these issues, because there is a growing industry here. I think that the state has a really great film credit that attracts a lot of work, and so these issues are not just a California Hollywood issue. They are now a Boston, Massachusetts issue, because we are Hollywood East. And I think that's a really interesting way to look at this also. So what is she in?
She's in The Good Place, and she did not promote the show at all, even though I really wanted to ask her, because I love The Good Place, and I just caught on like a few weeks ago, and I binged through seasons 1 through 3. And just, it feels like a matter of days, and it's such a great show, starring Kristen Bell, Ted Danson, and of course Jameela Jamil. This is actually her breakout role, and so she didn't promote it, but I'm going to promote it. Go watch The Good Place. It's on Netflix. It's the final season right now. It's on TV, but they have, I think, 4 or 5 episodes left, but watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
I'm kind of bummed I didn't catch on sooner, but I'm glad now that I could binge and just enjoy all of it. So that's good, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will have to catch up once I'm caught up with all of the other amazing things that I now have access to with my Hulu and my Disney Plus.
Look at you. Look at you. Miss Spoiled.
I am so spoiled. So spoiled.
Yeah, look at me. This lowlife has to use Netflix and Amazon Prime.
How could? Okay, let's talk about that just a little tiny bit.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people are facing the decision that you are facing right now is, do I abandon Netflix in order to get, like, Disney Plus, Hulu, and all of that? So where are you in your decision-making process? Because this is like a saga in and of itself.
I was going to ask you, because like 2 days ago, I got an email, supposedly from work, saying that we got a discount for Disney Plus, and you can actually do it retroactively. However...
What now?
However...
How come I don't know about this?
However... I think it might be like a phishing scheme, like a scam. No, because I didn't click on anything, but the way it looked and the no reply yada yada yada.com. I was going to ask you, did you get that email? It seems like you didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it, but now we need to investigate.
I'll show you afterwards, because apparently to this email, it's like $3.99 a month, and if you've already signed up, you can retroactively get the deal.
Sweet.
Again,
right.
if that's
we're going to investigate.
We'll get back to you to see if that's real or not. But yeah, but Disney
But
Plus.
Speaking of Disney owning your soul.
And your wallet.
And making you want to give them your money. We're going to get into all of this. But let's start with the new TV spot. The new Star Wars TV spot.
Yes.
New footage.
Haven't seen it.
You have not seen it at all.
It.
Okay, so let's take a look at that.
All right, let's do it. You don't even have it ready?
Let's use your computer.
You could have told me this before. Okay.
Drop for editing. Let's see.
No, we're keeping this in. We are keeping this in. Our listeners, our viewers are going to be watching this. Are you tapping it or am I tapping it? You're tapping it.
Let's see who does it first.
My arms can barely reach. You got it.
Okay,
My
here we go.
goodness.
It's called N.
Look at this grade A production right here.
We are so professional. We're the most professional you have ever seen. Okay,
All right.
So for those of you listening to us on
Spotify, Apple iTunes, on everything.
iHeartRadio and all that jazz. We're gonna watch it through once and then we'll describe it.
Yes.
Okay? So here.
Can we talk over a
Let me
little
make
bit?
sure that we can actually hear it.
Is that going through the board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Let's roll.
All we've done all this time.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Confronting fear.
Such a great shot.
Oh, yes.
Destiny of a Jedi.
This looks amazing.
Your destiny.
See, escaping. What did I
Yes.
say? I said escaping.
Command. Star Wars, the rise
Oh
of
my
Skywalker.
goodness.
Okay,
That
so
looks so good.
It does. Okay, so now we're gonna watch. It's 30 seconds, so let's watch it through one more time, and we'll
Okay.
describe what we're seeing here. We've got C-3PO talking to Rey and Finn
Yeah.
and Poe. Saying his goodbyes. We don't know what for. We did see this before in the trailer.
Yeah.
We got
That's a
new shot
that
right there.
shot is beautiful. The Millennium
Millennium
Falcon
Falcon,
coming out of
hyperspace,
light speed, yeah, and
to a new planet.
To a new planet.
Beautiful shot. Yeah.
We got Darth Vader's helmet, his crushed.
Rey approaching Darth Vader's helmet in that all-white room that we saw before with her fighting with Kylo Ren.
That's a great shot.
That is Rey and Poe and Finn overlooking some kind of huge party on that desert planet.
Yeah, go
where
back
they
a
get
second. Just go back a second.
Where they get chased later.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a
Look at
huge
that.
party going on. That's a
And I think this is where she gets. There have been some pictures of her with like an orange necklace. I think this is where she gets the orange necklace. And it just, you know what? These characters deserve a party. Mm-hmm. And Rey has said that. Rey.
I need a party.
Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley has said that this film is like really emotional and sad and intense. So I just want to see these characters have some little bit of happiness, you know. And it's an adventure, you know. You want to have that feel good feeling as well.
I don't see R2 though.
You don't see R2. We do see some new speeders, some new sand speeders with the stormtroopers riding on top. Rey shooting off a yellow something or other. Okay. So this is obviously Rey being confronted by Kylo Ren on a snowy world in a village. You see her looking back. You see the back of him. Both of them have their lightsabers on. You have dead bodies in the back. I don't know if you can see this, but these are just people's bodies like lying on the ground.
not
There's
good.
a little bit of fire back there. So, and this looks like it might be Chewie off to the side.
I don't know.
Let's see real quick. Or maybe I'm just imagining that.
No.
Yeah, I'm just imagining that. But, so that's interesting too. This 30 seconds, just a short 30 seconds, has a lot of Rey and Kylo confronting one another. Here we go. So there's Kylo in his reforged helmet in that same white room, approaching Darth Vader's helmet. I know you had talked about, you thought that maybe they were fighting at this point, and that's how the pedestal gets destroyed.
Yeah.
But it seems like they both approach it calmly, but they might not be there at the same time. I'm not sure.
You just don't want them to fight.
I don't
You want them to be
fight,
accidentally
James. I
knocking
don't want
lightsabers.
them.
Like, oh my goodness, I'm accidentally trying to knock your lightsaber.
Well, maybe the mask like started talking to them, and they're like, and they and they take it out together. Don't bang your head, James.
Okay.
Come on, that's not the most ridiculous thing I'm going to say today. Here we go. Okay, so this scene.
Okay, so this scene right here.
All right,
Pause. There you go.
Pause. Okay. Give me your impressions, and we'll.
Well, first of all, I was right. They are fleeing this base, probably on a I don't know.
That's the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon. There, that's Poe. No, that's Finn, right? That looks like
Yeah,
Finn.
that's Finn.
And so Rey
Is
about to jump
leaping
on,
from-
gonna leap on. The exhaust is gonna blow back. Kylo Ren and the stormtroopers, not the love that Rey is.
Not her love
that she's
projection
producing.
that like blows them all away.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me give you my twisted interpretation of
Oh
this.
goodness.
Okay, so look at this. Okay, so he is standing there, right?
Walking towards her. Walking towards her.
Walking towards her, and she has her back to him. She is not worried about him coming and stabbing her in the back. Okay? He's looking at her longingly. He's trying to get her to stay. He's like, Space Bae, please be with me. And she says something like, I can't, you know. And then she leaps, you know, into the Millennium Falcon, or not yet, or something like that. Okay, but obviously they're escaping, right? Obviously they're escaping. But I think that he doesn't want her to leave. And I don't think that he has the intent here to attack, harm, or maim. I think they might be working together at this point, but maybe she has to go a separate way and he has to go a separate way.
You're really stretching.
Am.
You're really wanting something there.
I'm not stretching.
A little bit of a... Because first you said he's standing there. No, he's not standing there. He's walking towards her. Two, yeah, her back is turned, but probably she's running away, is trying to escape, and then comes across this edge, and there's nowhere else to go. She stops, and then that's when the Millennium Falcon pops in.
She looks like she's standing calmly, and he is standing calmly. And there is a picture that has been released by Entertainment Weekly that is of this exact same scene, okay? Of this exact same scene where it's his face.
It popped up for a second. Go back.
Okay. Where it's Kylo's face looking longingly at Rey, not with anger or a sense of like that he's been chasing her or anything like that, but with this puppy dog look. With a puppy dog look on his face, with all the stormtroopers who look armed and like they're aiming their weapons at her.
Like, hey, look at Boss. Go ask her out, Boss.
Yeah,
Go
you
get
can
her,
do
Boss.
it.
Woo, woo, woo. I doubt that is what's happening. I highly doubt that's what's happening.
Read the expression.
I think he's trying to, right here, maybe convincing her, like, hey, you have nowhere else to go. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
You have nowhere else to go. You have a bunch of my boys behind me. Like, yeah, might as well, let's talk or whatever. Or let's try to do something or be on my side or whatnot. And no saving grace. But then the Millennium Falcon comes in and saves her. And that's what happens here.
Everybody.
So, yeah, he may not be actively trying to attack her, but in this moment, I think he's going after her, and she's in the process of trying to get away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'll give you that. But I think that there's more under the surface. I think there's more longing under the surface. I just like that. I'm hopeless, James. I'm hopeless.
I want to put down like $20. I want to start betting. I want to start betting when this movie comes out.
Tell us what you guys think. Yeah, in the comments. Yeah. Let us know your theories on this little scene right here. But
bye.
It looks incredible. But and then she leaps into space.
That was actually really cool.
That was really, really cool. I mean, this is just so gorgeous. You're going back.
I want to watch that leap. So he's walking. He's like, where are you going? Like, psych.
Space Bae.
Oh, man. That looks so cool.
Oh, my gosh. More fighting scenes. Oh.
Was that an accidental lightsaber conflict right there?
Accident? You don't know.
Oh, my God. I can't control the lightsaber.
Maybe he's been possessed by Palpatine at this point, and that's why they're fighting.
Why would he need to be possessed? Like, this whole time...
Doesn't Palpatine needs a new body. He needs fresh blood.
So now Palpatine's embodying Kylo Ren?
Yeah, he could be a revenge of the Palpa body snatchers.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well then...
What if he was possessed, what would save him? A kiss from his true love?
Yes! Absolutely! It's a Disney movie.
You're like, now you get it, James. Now you get it.
You're catching on. You're catching on. Think Beauty and the Beast, okay?
Good golly.
All right. I've traumatized you enough. But a couple of other little tidbits of Star Wars that have come out this week. Like I was just showing you here briefly, we've got a couple of new stills out from Entertainment Weekly. One, we've got Rey, who is training on that forest planet with the little training droid that we saw in A New Hope. And she's got the red bandana around her hand. Many of us crazies, see a direct connection to the red string of fate. Have you heard about the red string of fate? It is a metaphor for people who are connected, who are fated to meet or be together. And is
this Star Wars lore? Or is this regular?
No. This is regular literature lore that may or may not be woven into. I'll turn them eventually, guys. I'm working on it, just little by little. Finn and
his new girlfriend,
Finn and Jana. don't know if it's his new girlfriend, but they look amazing.
Yeah.
And her yellow cape, and she is the one with the space horses that helps them get the space horses. Oh my god, Poe. Okay, Poe.
Looking good in that photo.
Do space pants need to be that tight? Like, he looks great. He looks great. Him and Finn look amazing. But I don't think the space pants need to be that tight. But he looks really, really good.
George Lucas, when he was making A New Hope with obviously the original cast, Carrie Fisher, she didn't wear a bra or any underwear
right.
because George Lucas said there's no underwear in space.
So I guess you need support.
So this is the payback. It's like, okay, Leia went a bit for without underwear. Now we're going to go to Poe and check him out.
All right. And someone also made the excellent point about this picture that almost everyone in this picture is a person of color.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of women of color. You've got Finn. You've got, the only white guy here is
Poe. But that makes me angry. It's not going to...
But it's a wonderful example of representation, because you got humanoids from all over the entire freaking galaxy.
And don't forget, like, aliens of a billion different species and races. So, yeah.
Exactly. Man, Poe looks really good in that picture. Okay, and then we have Cary Grant playing a villain, General Pride. He does not look happy.
Have we seen Huck return?
No, you know what? I haven't seen
anything about Huck.
Hux.
Hux or Huck?
Hux.
Hux.
Hux. Hux. No, I haven't seen anything about Hux now that you think about it.
Because pretty much since The Last Jedi, he's been, like, put into, like, okay, you're the puppy now. You're my... Yeah, Kylo Ren's like, you're my guy. Like you do what I say. I'm in charge.
Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe they're hiding a really big...
Maybe twist. Palpatine has embodied Hux.
Twist.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's possible. I'm just saying it's possible. Yeah. We've got some snow troopers here.
Cool shot.
So yeah, just the trio or the quadruple. What's
the quad?
The quad. There we go. With Chewie, Finn, Poe, and Rey. Blue lightsaber in a dark cave. They look like they're having fun. Poe having fun flying the Millennium Falcon.
I like watching Chewbacca scream. Because when he's screaming, things are going south.
What's your bet? Can you do it? Yeah, I'm a drowning cat. Yeah. Drowning cat. So very, very cool. And they had their 3 different whatchamacallit?
Eras.
The covers,
yeah.
The covers covering the 3 different trilogies. So very cool stuff. Highly recommend you guys go check that out because it's really awesome.
Nice.
Very beautiful. And then, besides that, we've got a couple of other, Star Wars related things going on in the background. We talked about The Mandalorian last time. Episode 3 has just come out. I haven't watched that yet. But, so... there is something really special. We didn't talk about it last time because I was trying not to give spoilers.
Something and you still shouldn't.
And I still shouldn't.
Okay.
But at this point,
we know, right?
Everyone and their mothers knows that there is a little Baby Yoda. There's a little Baby Yoda in it.
Yeah, it's very cute.
We don't know what Yoda's race is or his species. So people are calling it a Baby Yoda because George Lucas wanted to be all mysterious and give him Yoda a mysterious, background.
Yeah.
But we have seen a couple of other people of Yoda's race. We had Yaddle, who was also on the Jedi Council.
Which I don't recognize.
Who James does not acknowledge. Yeah. But now we're going to little And the merchandise comes out today. So after a full week after that episode that it was introduced in. Just another example of Disney wanting to not only owning your soul and your wallet, but making you want to give them your money. Have you seen a picture of the Baby Yoda?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You've
it's
seen
everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So I just have a couple quick questions for you.
Go ahead.
Okay. How much do you love Baby Yoda?
I actually do love Baby Yoda. I love Baby Yoda. I haven't watched The Mandalorian. Of course, I don't have Disney Plus, maybe yet. But it's cute. It's Yoda. Okay. It's like in baby form.
Yeah.
That's what Yoda looked like when he was a baby. Yeah. I saw a funny tweet saying like they refused to show us when Yoda was sexy. Like the in between of like baby and and super old Yoda. Like where's the teenage like young
Yoda and Yaddle, man.
Yeah. He's celibate. Yoda's celibate, and Yoda is not one of those Jedi that I think would cross those lines or boundaries.
Yeah, he has self-control.
Yeah, I think Yoda for sure. Of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars, the television series, he has a relationship with a female character. I forget which one, but he has a relationship, and so Obi-Wan more fallible, more human. Yeah, but I think Yoda, he's on a different level.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was I don't know. I don't know where he came from, but we've yet to discover that. What would you do for Baby Yoda?
Everything. I would do everything for Baby Yoda. Mm-hmm. I would hug, hold, feed.
Would you overthrow empires?
Oh yeah, I totally would. Yeah. For Baby Yoda.
Absolutely. And what do you think Baby Yoda's name is?
Baby Yoda's name is Yogi.
Is Yogi?
Yogi.
Oh, I was gonna go. I think it's yogurt.
Yogurt. Just
like in Spaceballs. Of Spaceballs fame.
Yeah.
I think it's yogurt. Little baby yogurt.
But Lucasfilm would sue.
Or somebody would
sue.
With you.
Perfect.
That's all I have to say about that.
So should we expect next week for you to be bringing in a Baby Yoda?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Payday's next week, so maybe the week after that.
Yeah.
So
those are going to be expensive. You know that's going to be expensive.
I know.
You pay for the cuteness.
How do we get roped into this? Like, I feel like I was less susceptible to marketing and stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
But like the older I get, I'm like, just give it to me. Just give it to me. Like, this will make me happy.
I know, right? I'm in the same boat, but it's always like strictly. It's either whenever I buy things, it's usually either Star Wars related or like sloth related.
No, that's right.
Yeah, and so like you have to be very passionate about either or to buy it, and so those two things are draining my bank account.
Well, tell us what you guys think. What would you do for Baby Yoda? What do you think Baby Yoda's name is, and how much do you love him?
Yeah, let us know. Shoot us a tweet, comment down below. Again, we are the Hub on Hollywood, so if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Give us a like, subscribe. Check out the previous episodes. We got some pretty good episodes under our belt. Mm-hmm. Also, if you're listening to us. Or if you're not, if you want to listen to us, you can.
You can on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, which we discovered existed.
Yeah.
So, all these great places where you can go and listen to us and just escape from it all for a little while and have fun.
Yeah.
Hub on Hollywood. Look for us.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, too. We have Twitter and Instagram, so...
Yeah.
Why not? Come on, guys. Can't get enough of us. Cool we are.
Smash the like? Is that what the kids say? Smash it! Smash it!
Oh, God.
Anyway, so real quickly, I just wanted to wrap up with, I saw Jojo Rabbit. This has been, it's a little bit of a controversial movie because it's about Hitler's youth and a little Nazi and all that stuff. But... you have a question?
You said you cried. You said you cried.
Okay, James, look. This film is satire. It is clearly satire beginning to end. And it instantly draws you in the moment the film begins. And it's just, it's funny, it's weird, it's off the wall, and it follows this young boy, 10 years old, Jojo Rabbit, played by the amazing Roman Davis, alongside Scarlett Johansson, who is his mother, and he is 100% fully indoctrinated by the Hitler Youth. All he wants to do is be best friends with Hitler. And he has an imaginary friend who is this absolutely ridiculous, his
cartoon version,
his childish version of Hitler, who is his best friend and helps him get through life, essentially. But really, it's not about loving Hitler. Okay?
Oh, of course.
It is clearly 100% a joke, and you really need the humor to offset all of the Heil Hitlers. But it's about the purity and the innocence of children that is really at the heart of this film. Have you ever seen Bridge to Terabithia?
No.
Okay.
I've heard mixed things, usually
Mixed,
good and bad. Yeah.
So it's sort of like Bridge to Terabithia, but a lot funnier. And also Hitler, by the way, played by Taika Waititi.
The great
the
Taika
great
Waititi.
and amazing Taika Waititi. It's written, directed, and starring Taika, who was also in The Mandalorian. He plays one of the droids that we see in the first episode, which you will see soon, because I'm going to give you my password after this that you can catch up.
All right.
But I appreciate that he's not afraid to tackle a difficult subject. I feel like we can get a little too PC in this role, and he found just this incredibly zany way of examining something that is as complex as humanity and as terrible as what happened with Hitler in Germany. So the child, Jojo Rabbit, his imagination is his insulation from all of the horrible things that are happening around him. And it's the audience's insulation from all of the horrible things that are happening around him. Because as you get deeper and deeper into the film, it does not gloss over how cruel and horrible the things are that are happening to Jojo. And so along the way, as you've probably seen in some of the trailers or whatnot, he discovers that his mother is hiding a Jewish girl in the wall of their home, played by, okay, I don't know how to say her name, but Thomasin McKenzie, who plays Elsa.
That seems pretty simple.
I block the entire camera.
That seems pretty simple.
Thomasin McKenzie?
Yeah. Unless that's a fully butcher. Let me see.
Thomasin, right? Yeah. Thomasin McKenzie. I'm not white, so this is harder for me. Well, I am white, but just never mind. Yeah.
We're going down another Jojo rabbit hole.
Another Jojo rabbit hole. And they are really great together, the two of them. So it becomes a story of love in a horrible place. And yes, James, finally getting to your question, I did cry more than I have cried in most like serious war films. Like, you go in and you're prepared for bad things to happen, and I think that it lulls you into such a false sense of security. It brings you to the childlike mentality. It brings you to where Jojo is and from his perspective and everything, and then these horrific things happen and it just destroys you. But it's still really wonderful, and I think that everyone should go see it, because I think that no one could have told this story the way that Taika Waititi did, and it's different, it's interesting, and it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
Awesome. Well, it's, as you mentioned, it's still spreading to, I think, more theaters now. I think it's more at most theaters.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's at most theaters now. It started with a limited release, and now it has spread. And
honestly, again, I tried to watch the movie this past week a couple times, and the showtimes are not, they're not full all throughout the day. Like, some of them are like at 6 p.m. and 7. That's it. Okay, like,
right.
I need more. Yeah.
I think just not enough people were clamoring for the Hitler Youth movie, but no, I think that it's really great, and it's. Don't pass it up. Would you, now, with how emotional you got and how emotional the movie gets, apparently, is this a movie that you would see again? I would absolutely see it again in a heartbeat, because I think the humor and the satire makes it digestible, and it makes it, and now that I know what happens, like, I'm more prepared for it, and I think just the story is good enough that I wouldn't mind seeing it. Again, there's some movies that I see it once and I'm done. Yeah. But this one, even, like I said, I would see this again. Yeah, most Nazi World War II related movies are kind of like, okay, one and done. One and done. Yeah. But this one you recommend. It gets a Jamie seal of approval. Jamie seal of approval. All right. I get, I'll give it 4 out of 5 shirtless Kylo Rens. Because that is my, that is my ranking system. What an honor. Yeah. I'm sorry, James.
No worries. I'll eventually, just give up.
One of these days, yeah. I'm just gonna be chucked out of here. James show.
But yeah, awesome. Well, now I'm even more excited to watch it. I thought, because I had heard that people have cried during Jojo Rabbit. I assumed, because of how satirical it is and how jovial some of the scenes look, I imagined that it would be like a heartwarming, beautiful, like crying moment. It seems like that's not the case.
There's redemption for it. I mean, horrible things happen, but the ending is extremely hopeful. And yes, you get back to that good feeling. So I think that's why it's a lot. It's like Bridge to Terabithia, but a lot funnier and happier and hopeful.
Okay.
So
cool.
Bridge to Terabithia tore out my heart and stomped on it, and I will never forgive my husband for making me watch that without a warning.
So let me ask you, have you seen Jojo Rabbit? Are you going to see Jojo Rabbit? Does any of the controversy or some of the, Nazi youth stuff, does that
turn you on?
Turn you off? Don't say on. I think you say on.
No,
That should not turn you on. That on was, it was dragged a little bit.
Oh my God, James.
I'm just saying, I'm making sure who my co-host is.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Hub on Hollywood. Tune in next week for a brand new episode.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm James.
I'm Jamie.
And we love movies.
We'll talk to you next time.
Or that too.
Yeah. See ya. Woo.